show. And now your host, Stephanie.
Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Sit with Steph. We got rappers in the house tonight. Let's go. Let's give it up. So we're gonna sit back and relax and go grab your glass of wine and enjoy the show. Let's go. JPHUNKEDELIK coming to sit with Steph. Hey, oh, I think he's about to play up. That's you?
That's me.
That's you. Okay. Tonight is the Boricua season, okay? Let's give it up for my home native. Oh, hold on. My fault. Hello?
Here we go.
Do you drink a little wine?
Nah, I took medication, baby. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay, so you can't sip any. Oh, you can sip your water.
Yeah, but I can't take alcohol beverages. I take medication and stuff, so it doesn't agree with me like that, you know.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So how have you been?
Well, I've been okay, you know, taking it easy. I got a good mother and father that supported me. For 4 decades and a half.
What you say?
Well, actually, you know, I've been like, my last hip-hop album was called The Fawful Pandemic.
Oh yeah, you sent me that.
Yeah. The reason why I want to do the album because I lost the best hip-hop friend of mine, our good friend, Fred the Godson, rest in peace. Because back in May of 2017, after a Bronx Week Parade show, I came to across the street by the 34 bus in the Bronx, and he was right there standing with his peoples, and I started spitting some bars to the brother.
And he liked it?
He loved it, and I recorded it, and it's on YouTube.
Okay, so let me ask you. I met you like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, I saw you at the Big Pump Plaza.
Exactly. Let's give it up for Fort Road for giving it up for the Big Pump Plaza.
I live nearby there. I'm from Road, baby.
BX in the building.
Yeah.
So, when did you start rapping?
Well, I started rapping like I was about 13.
Okay.
I started like going to hip hop shows like every single time. Well, actually, I went to the Rough Rider Cash Money show with the Rough Riders Cash Money back in the Console N Lines Arena with my late great Uncle Gary, rest in peace.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
And I've been to the Summer Jam of 2000, which I said like, you know, like when hip hop was real. like that authentic hip hop. I like that real funk soul beats.
Yes.
Beats from James Brown, Sly and the Family Stone, Funkadelic, and etc.
So the song that you just came out to, what kind of beat is that?
Well, that is a James Brown sample. I don't name the song, but it's a James Brown beat that I wanted to use, and then I did the KRS-One hook.
Nice.
Yeah. The KRS-One hook is from that song, My Philosophy.
Okay.
Because I'm a big diehard KRS-One fan. I'm a diehard Public Enemy fan. I'm a diehard LL Cool J fan.
So let me ask you a question.
And I'm a diehard Big Daddy Kane and Coochie Rap fan, straight up.
So do you think the music today needs to get back to that?
Well, I keep dreaming about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm having these crazy dreams in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? Even I go to a trap.
Since you're old school, right? Tell me what you think is lost in the music today.
What's awesome music today, you said?
Yeah.
I think what's lost in the music is like, it sounds like ColecoVision. It sounds like you're playing in a telephone system. You're playing 8-bit Nintendo or Sega Genesis.
Right, all of those things.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're watching the Muppets or Sesame Street.
So you saying
like
that it's
Barney
no.
and Friends or something like that.
So you saying it's like romper room, like you know, they still
Now,
learning.
speaking of romper room, I grew up watching romper room.
Oh, and
When I was dumb young.
so you think music is
Before the internet had it.
So you well there you had it right there before internet had it.
I used to live on Bronx Avenue.
So you think music? So you think the new music today is a little watered down?
Yeah, it sounds worse than like listening to Billy Vanilli. Girl, you know it's true.
Nah, he played. Let's give it up for him being 110% real tonight.
Because sometimes, like the rappers, they rap so fast, I can't even understand what they're saying.
Right. You think they rap fast maybe because that's what they want to do? They want to confuse you?
Well, probably the beat might be too loud for like for the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
The beat is so loud, I can't hear them. Don't even know what they're saying.
Right.
And so they go, like,
Do you think
it sounds
they
like
stop using
it sounds like I'm
auto-tune?
watching the Big Apple Circus.
The Big Apple Circus. Nah, he coming at y'all generation. He coming at y'all right now. Y'all better get back to that good old music. But you know the good thing about the new music is the beats are amazing. Let's give it up for the beats. Okay, like the new artists, I'm gonna tell you, I think what happens is we move with time, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to move slower, and then it changes. And sometimes authentic rappers like yourself that are from back in the days, like R&B singers that are back from the days, we kind of look at the new artists like, what the hell are you saying? But the new generation kind of relates to that. So
Yes,
they
do.
could have, like our parents could have said the same thing about our music. So do you think maybe you're being a little too hard?
If my nephew turns like about 10, 15, maybe I could school him from the music that I heard before he ever existed.
Right. But you got to remember, things kind of sometimes change with time.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah, exactly, because-
so can I think maybe sometimes the old school rappers and the new school rappers can maybe collide and make a
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah, they can do that. I'm not mad at the new school and all, but it depends what beats that I'm feeling from the song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling rappers like Cardi B. I like Pop Smoke.
Give it up for my girl, Cardi B!
I like Don Q.
She the only reason why I'm saying
Lil
that.
Wayne,
right
okay.
now.
I like Rick Ross. I like Nicki Minaj.
But Rick Ross is how many of y'all think Rick Ross is still like old school? I think he got old school, right? No? Okay, maybe I'm by myself. I don't
I
know.
like Rick Ross.
Oh, you like? Well, you look like you was doing that in your pandemic rap.
Well, I came out with Funkadelic. Well, JPHUNKEDELIK came out with the album last year called The Funkle Pandemic. Because the hip hop album was not rapping about no money, no cars, no girls, no jewelry. I think it rapped about facts, about what's going on in this world today.
Yeah.
And then it felt like, you know, I was feeling depressed, and I don't want to say the word, but it starts with S. You know, like, I remember like last year,
I want you to say the
I felt a
word.
little suicidal last year because,
Suicidal.
you know, because I was going through a lot. I lost one of my best rappers in the hip hop game, the guy that freestyled on Funkmaster Flex with him and with Fred the Godson and Jack Quay. I'm gonna keep his memory alive. I'm gonna keep one of his music downloaded, keep one of his videos in my catalog or something.
So that's the reason why you came out with your pandemic song?
Well, the album's called The Fall for Pandemic. It's on all platforms except Apple Music.
Okay, so y'all can get the pandemic song. I think you saying
It's on
basically
Spotify though too.
you basically wanted to share a song with things that we are going through as a people at the
Exactly.
Okay, so that song did it get you through your depression?
Yes, it did. You know, so I was going through a lot of problems, not going to the events. Well, there was another hip hop record that I did off that album called The Bridge to All Events.
Okay, so what's that about?
Well, it's about when the events got all canceled from the government, from New York government states, and, you know, we couldn't go nowhere because coronavirus was acting very crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to put my mind in for what I was talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because even if I missed the whole year of going to these events, I had to make a recording studio on my event. I had to do it like in late summer. I had to come back with an idea, and I begged my mother to let me go back to the studio. I wasn't even working that time, but actually, you know, I had to tell my parents I want to go to the studio and do this album for crying out loud. Because I was going through a lot of stress and anxiety.
You know, it's amazing that you say anxiety. I think like a lot of people through this year that passed with the pandemic had a lot of anxiety, and I think music was their outlet for them to get through everything that they were.
That's my word.
That's your word?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
he's a mess. But, you know, like I said, it was something for them to, that's why I said music is really therapeutic. It helps us get through everything that we're going through. And I really appreciate you giving us some insight on your life and what you were going through this pandemic, and maybe some other people that out there that could relate when they hear this song.
Yeah. Back in the day when I played hip-hop cassettes in my parents' house, my father was telling me to turn it down, lower that. And I played one of the NWA records that I had on cassette tape, the EP of Her Miles and Running. There was a track called Just Don't Bite It. I never forgot about that day that my father was like, turn that stuff off, turn it off.
He sound
I
like
didn't
he's
say
rapping
that.
right now, right?
My father kept saying, Jason, turn it off now, turn it off now.
So let me ask you a question. Where did you come up with your name?
Well, from the cassette, from hip-hop, from the funk. You know, from the cassette times, from the cassette era and the vinyl era, before the CD era.
Would you like
And
some
the
pound
40
cake?
and the 45 era.
Would you like some pound cake?
Well,
You ain't sipping with me. You gotta at least have
I'll
a.
take a strawberry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna give you a napkin.
That's all right. You after the show. I don't want to chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I know it looks good. And my mom sees with the cake here. She's like, oh, Jay, that's enough, man.
Oh, you can't eat cake?
Well, I think only like a small portion of the diabetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No cake for you.
Nah, I eat the fruits better.
So how's that? How was that? Like being a diabetic and doing everything that you do with your music?
Well, I walk a lot. I do exercise.
Okay.
I don't give a damn if the weather's hot, warm, or cold. Or like below zero. I'll be out there with gloves on.
I know that's right. I know that's
I'll
right.
be out there with putting my socks on my hands like the wrestler McFoley, Mr. Socko.
And so I know you're like back in the day rapper, right? So let me ask you, any amazing artists that you worked with that came up to you and was like, JPHUNKEDELIK, like, I love your music.
Patty Racks.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
Fred the
That's a little bit.
Jack Quay.
Oh, Jack Quay. Okay, I know Jack Quay. Who's the other one you
Jack
said?
Quay.
Oh man, so who Nah, you tripping right now.
I'm just happy to be with you.
Who inspired you to be the rapper you are today?
6 rappers inspired me. Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Chuck D from Public Enemy, LL Cool J,
So,
Cool G Rap,
wait, hold on. So,
LB Rakim.
do you lick your lips sometimes like LL? What? Cause you like.
I do it. My mouth is dry. Speaking of, listen, check this out. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
Speaking of LL, I saw him last Thursday. I saw LL, Chuck D, Nas, and I saw what's on the rapper's name?
I'm mad at you.
Oh wow! No, because this girl that I knew from Facebook took me to the event, and the girl's not letting me in. Like the hip hop museum was under construction.
No.
And I wanted to get in. I cursed out the guards, and I called her slutty. And the lady from like Deborah Coco's friend let my ass in the place.
No. Yes. Oh, we had Deborah Coco on the show, but I'm mad at him because you be calling me, oh my God, he drove me crazy.
I'm trying to get information. You know what I'm saying?
And why you didn't call me and tell me to pull up?
My bad.
See? Oh, just your bad. He called me 1,000 times a day. And he's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a pain. But you couldn't be a pain yesterday or the other day?
What?
I want to go see them.
You gotta let me know ahead of time, sister.
You got to let me know. You the one going to see them. How I'm going to know you're seeing them?
My bad.
All right. Because I ain't going to give you another piece of strawberry if you
Yo,
don't.
girl, you cheerful, man.
So that's your favorite word, right?
Yeah.
Tell everybody what's your favorite word.
Not too short. My favorite word is fuckable operator.
No, that's another one. I'm just breaking your balls.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, I have a habit of telling girls I just call them sister. Yeah. Sometimes I go up to a girl, I'm like, hey, sister, you look nice. Thank you, goodbye. That's it.
And do you be just breaking their balls?
No.
So you really mean it?
Yeah, I tell a girl, I'm really pretty, so I thank you.
Okay, so is there somebody
No
special
disrespect,
in your
I
life?
love everybody.
Is there somebody special in your life?
Variety.
What?
Variety.
Variety.
There's a lot of fish in the sea that I gotta look for.
So listen, I would love for you to look into that camera and tell everybody where they can find you at and what they could be looking forward to from you.
Well, Facebook.com, JPHUNKEDELIK, Jason Conti, JAYSONCONTI, JPHUNKEDELIK.
And
That's how you say JPHUNKEDELIK. You don't spell like Paul.
is that on all major platforms?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so let's give it up for him. So what else can we be looking forward to? You have any videos? Like tell right now is your time to tell everybody.
Well, I
what
got
they
some
can be
video
looking forward to.
freestyles that I'll be doing. I ain't got no music videos or none. I just like video freestyles. I'll be spitting some stuff off the dome and just get it in.
Okay.
Rap, no problem.
Oh no, you're actually performing today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know. Thank you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for this interview with JPHUNKEDELIK. We got another artist coming up to sit with Steph. We'll be right back. Let's go!
Let's go!
over. I'm taking it all off my stand.
Listen, I don't care. My butt is cute.
See the time is really early, that's for certain.
It's called the morning.
A soft touch compressing my back. Then I hear a soft voice was saying, "Mama, did you like that?" I turn around just to look at this soft cocoa butter brown queen of sexy eyes penetrates my baby. Can't believe what I'm gazing on. Smooth, sexy brown skin.
That's dope. That's dope.
Bless her hips with my lips, still her touches on my back. Then she says, "Ooh, mommy, yeah, I like that, you like that." She says, "Mommy, don't you stop, please. Game me speak that Spanish fly, love it, drive me crazy. I think they look así, sí, papi, yo te quiero. Amo otra vez y prende el fuego." Then I turn it up a notch.
Boricua in the house tonight. Let's go.
Feel like color in my hand, she replies, saying, "God, man, can we do this all day? Mommy, if you got the time, baby, I just want to work your body." I said, "Of course, baby, we can get it in day and night. Let me focus on this woman body."
All right, that sounds dope. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let me ask you some questions. You came to sit with me or no? You take, so grab a glass right there. You eat strawberries? All right, now you're about to have an interview. You can have pound cake. You can have what you want. You can have Oh my God. Now, I'm not trying to put pounds on your cake. I'm just trying to have you eat some of my cake.
What that? Whoa. I think good morning. I think good morning. Good morning. That was my day.
I am talking about pound cake. Damn it. You see the cake on the... No, relax on me. I am talking about the pound cake on my damn table.
We got you. We got you. We got you.
What the hell? Oh my God, look at this in the adult show. Sometimes it can take 11 people to think something different. But how are you?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
How's that wine?
Wine is good.
You like it?
I love it.
Nice. So, how long you been rapping?
About since I was 11, so
Really?
if I say how many years, you're going to know how old I am.
Well, I'm looking in the audience and your son looks about probably my kid's age, so we up there. It's okay though.
It's all good.
It's all
It's
good. We
still
still
young.
young.
There you go.
We the new 25.
Say it again. New 25.
New 25. So, that song, what inspired that song?
Good morning. So, I had a lady friend of mine that I was talking to. You know, she really inspired me to do certain things that I normally wouldn't do. So, I said, you know what, man, let me take it further than what it was, because we were dating, but we were just taking our time. So then slowly but surely we just started kicking in, and then it got serious, and I just called her my queen.
Are you still with her? That will sit there and he's repping his woman. He's letting it be known that's his queen, and that's dope. That's dope. So, how does she feel about you in this rap game?
At first, she had to adjust.
She had to adjust.
She had to adjust, because when she met me, I was already in emotions and a lot of traveling.
Right.
And she didn't know what it entailed, but after a while, she started realizing that there was a lot of times I would come home late.
Right.
I would work at the studio for hours. Sometimes I wouldn't be coming to the next day.
How she feel about all that?
I mean, she's right now. She's good.
She's good.
She's good.
So let's give it up to all the women that's back home to their men. Because I know sometimes it could be a little hard if your woman don't support you, right?
Yeah, it was very hard.
It was real hard.
You know what it is? You want to keep peace at home.
Right.
You want to make sure your queen is good. You want to make sure your kids are good. And you want to make sure you're also at peace.
So how do you balance that to make sure your queen is okay with what you got going on? How do you secure her at home?
Communication.
Nice.
Communication.
So when you have them late nights and you're in the studio and her mind is wandering, how do you put that to rest?
I call her.
He calls her.
I call her.
You know, that's dope because a lot of men sometimes they don't do that. They don't make sure home is good. And we got to do that sometimes, right, to make the sacrifices. I know a lot of times people say it's a little hard to have a relationship in the music business.
It depends on the person.
It depends on the person. And you're doing it. And how long has she been with you?
16 years.
That's dope. 16
Yeah.
years.
I've been married to her, with her for 12 years. But we've been together 16 years.
Yeah.
So,
Do you guys have kids together?
yes.
Wow, that's amazing. And she's sticking it out. Let's give a shout out to all the ride or die wives in the building. Let's give a shout out to all. Because you want to see your man win, right?
Yes.
You want to see your man win.
Yes.
So let me ask you another question. So sometimes when it got hard for her, did she like express herself?
Every time. Every time. I mean, I've had so many conversations with her. Again, like I said, I have to put her mind at ease. Let her know, so, this is for us.
Right.
In the beginning, it was for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there were certain goals that I wanted to see happen.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, once I entered into her world, I say her world because I'm in her world. You know what I'm saying? She accepted everything that I am.
Right.
And everything that I brought to the table, she accepted it. So once she accepted it, she started to have to adjust and learn what it takes to become successful. Even the nights when she'll see me on a video or see me in a concert or, with a lot of, beautiful women around,
Right.
She understood that I'm not looking for anybody.
It's just the appearance.
That's all it is.
It's like a magician. It's the illusion.
I used to take it to events with me where I would go to perform, and she would be there for hours waiting for me to perform. Then I would perform. Then afterwards, I would get a lot of attention, interviews, things like that,
Right.
And she would be there on the side just watching how I would respond to a lot of people's questions.
Right.
How people would they come to me and they'll ask me certain things, especially women, and a lot of it was, are you married?
Right. Of course.
And I was like, I got my queen right there.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So, and people knew. Once they knew, they saw that I did that, they was like, yo, we're not messing with Lolly. Lolly's good. You know what I'm saying? So they know I'm a family. I'm a family.
Listen, family first, right?
Yes, all the time.
All the time. So let me ask you a question. If you had like someone, like let's say you're a woman, like sometimes I know the grind is so hard in the beginning. In the beginning it's hard. And sometimes it's a little hard. And I'm speaking on my own thing. This is the reason why I am just the way I am single. Because people don't understand your grind. And when you have a passion for something, you don't want no one to give you an ultimatum or make you feel like I can't do this because I'm with you. Have you ever felt like that had came up where if she would walk away because your passion was so strong for your music?
Again, with communication.
Right.
I have to understand how she's feeling. I can't just be selfish and be like, no, listen, this is what I'm doing, this is what you gotta understand. You gotta understand.
Right.
She don't have to understand anything. You know what I'm saying? She has to choose and want to understand.
It's the love that she has for you.
If she tells me, babe, I support you, that's in everything. It's not just I support you with words, or I support you by making you dinner, or I wash your clothes. We talk about it in everything.
In everything.
That's where the communication comes in. Now,
Right.
if we agree on something, it works. If we disagree on something, it still works.
Right.
Because I'm respecting her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's the one that's going to look after me. If something goes wrong, she's my right hand.
I know that's right.
Yeah. You feel me? She's my right hand.
if I need gas money, she's gonna be like, baby. She's the first person to be like, baby, here, go on the property. Here you go. How much you
Right.
need? You know what I'm saying? If and God forbid, you know, if I'm ever locked up or something like that, she go into the bank account. She be like, baby, help me go out and spend. That's just how it is. That's real ride and die.
That's a real ride. Yes,
No matter what you did, I got it.
That's a real. You know, it's so amazing because a lot of artists can take some notes from today to apply it to their life because, you know, the music business is hard by itself.
Yes.
And the struggle is sometimes so hard, right? Because we don't have the money to get it out there, and sometimes we gotta sacrifice.
Yes.
So when you got somebody strong in your corner
Yes.
that she know her place and you know your place,
Yes.
and she like, I got your back, it means a whole lot, right?
A whole lot. It's a lot of
That's-
stress off my shoulders.
That's dope. Well, what's your queen's name?
Paulette.
Let's give it up for Paulette. Because Paulette, you are a strong woman that is holding your man down, and that is the reason why he is repping you today.
Yes.
You are making him be. She's definitely your rib, right?
Definitely ready.
Absolutely. So, when you started rapping, right? What inspired you to? What artist inspired you to be the rapper you are today?
Run DMC.
I love Run DMC. Yeah, I love Run DMC. That's my era as well. I love it. So, you like Run DMC? You got old school rap. What do you like? I asked the other artists earlier. What does today's music and our music back then mean to you?
It's just like everything else. Rap evolves. Rap music evolves. You gotta be like a southpaw fighter. You started off like this, now you gotta switch up. You're not gonna like a lot of the music that you hear.
Right.
Like our parents didn't like a lot of the music that we heard when we were coming up. All right? A lot of times, like Funkadelic was saying, yo, listen, man, you gotta turn that off. And you're like, what? Yo, Pop, this is music, this is good music. Nah, ain't music, that's noise to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But you learn and you understand as you get older, because now our kids are listening to this mumble rap, and to me it is mumble rap.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I gotta try to also figure out what is it that my kids are gravitating to. I gotta understand where their head is.
Right.
I want to make sure that whatever they're listening to, I can understand it and say, listen, this is gonna lead you this way, or this is gonna lead you this way. You gotta pick and choose which way you want to go, because a lot of these people are just being used.
Right.
A lot of these artists are just being used. Listen, these labels will give you all the money that you want. You know what they do? They go spend it in the clubs, they spend it on women, on cars, on clothes, and they don't even think about their record that they gotta make.
Right. And they kind of bank on that.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
the budget. That's the budget money. That goes into making your records. That
Right.
goes into making your videos. These guys don't think that. Listen, I've been doing this for so long. I've been in and out with a lot of artists, and I know the game. You have to learn the game. Learn the business aspect of the game. It's hard sometimes. So you don't want to do paperwork. You just want to sit back, rap, and that's it. Then the money comes to you. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that. Do you think it's a little too easy for them today?
What I think.
Because we had to work hard. We had to get a record label.
Honestly,
We had some stuff.
With the way our life is right now, everything is digital. Everything is technology.
Right.
Okay. Yes, it's very easy, but still, you have to have someone's going to control it. I have to just say it like that. Someone's going to control it. Someone's going to make a way to say, I'm going to make millions off this kid.
Right.
He's not marketable, but I'm going to make him marketable.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fool, but I'm going to make him marketable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told an artist yesterday, I know a lot of people, that's a lot older don't really know this young man, but Squid Nice. Young kid. Phenomenal artist, right? When you listen to this kid, you would think this kid is off the rocker. His mind is not right. You listen to him. But you know what? There's something that he does that he's passionate about, which is rap. And he puts it out there the way he puts it out there. And he's got over 7-something million followers.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing with music today. It's all about the followers.
Right. Listen, he doesn't have a major to be major.
Right.
You don't need a major to be major.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? You just got to have the drive
And that
to make
oomph.
it work. That oomph.
That oomph.
Said it. So once you do it and you see that it works for you, nobody can stop you. Now, the major labels will try to come and throw a wrench in it and say, listen, we need this.
Yeah.
He's making millions, we need those millions. We want to take it from him.
Right.
So we're going to offer him a deal. This is what we're going to do. We're going to provide you everything that you need. Get you on the magazines, get you on TV, get you in movies. We're going to get you all of this, commercials, all of this. They're going to promise you the world, and they'll give you that world.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't read the fine print, you're going to get caught up.
So what you're saying to these new artists is make sure you got to read the fine print.
And a lot of them aren't educated enough to do that.
You know, I think what happens is sometimes they get lost, and they don't want to take constructive criticism for us older people that been in the game for a long time, that know, like, listen, I'm trying to school you on something, you know. But if there was any new artist that you would love to collaborate with, right? If you would love to collaborate with to bring old school and new school together, who would it be?
New artists?
Yeah.
You see, I like a variety of music.
Okay.
Okay, hip hop is definitely my top 5. Okay,
Mhm.
so rap music is my top 5. Now, when you say any artists in the rap game, I'm gonna say Rick Ross.
Wow. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Because you know what about Rick Ross makes you want to do a collaboration with him?
Because he's got my swag.
Okay.
He's got my swag, and he's real. He's real. You know what?
Wait, hold on, time out. He gave me the real look, like, no, like, you trying to scare me? Like, he got real gangster with it just that because he's real.
He's real. Listen, you have a lot of artists that are great pretenders.
Right.
Like that old song, Pretender. There's a lot of great pretenders out here.
I said that.
They paint you a pretty picture of what they want you to see.
Right.
And they're really not that.
Right.
Rick Ross, a city worker, becomes an artist, a major artist at that,
Right.
and doesn't sugarcoat anything. He went into that studio and he did what he had to do to make those records. He was grinding and he made them records and they were hits.
Right. So you're saying because he's so, what I say on my show all the time, authentic.
Authentic.
All the time. I love people that are authentic. So you think I'm gonna have to go back and listen to Rick Ross because I really don't listen to him, to be honest. But because you said that, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see what you're talking about because I love authentic. Like I love people that are so authentic. And you're saying Rick Ross, and he's not new school.
No.
He's not new school.
No.
But he has that
Listen, what people look for is originality.
Right.
That's what people look for. Pop Smoke, God bless him. Okay? Before Pop Smoke came out, he was going around there, and the dude started rapping just a couple of years back. Just started. Okay? The minute they started hearing him, he started, going around and started spitting, doing this and that third. He became something.
Right.
He became a voice for his generation. He became a voice for his people, his hood people, right? But for his people in general.
Right.
And what happened? They saw the potential in him, and they invested in him, and look where he died.
Right.
Now, what's sad is that the legends die early.
Of course.
This is terrible.
But they
And it's
leave back a legacy, don't you think?
But,
To inspire people to
always,
do
but-
the best that they can do.
But why leave a legacy early? You understand what I'm saying? Remember, what you put out is what you get back.
Right.
You put out that negative energy on music, you're going to get back that negative lifestyle. Because people hate you, no matter what. You on the ground, they hate you no matter what. Whether you Pop Smoke, Tupac, Biggie, it don't matter. You were hated. People are jealous of you. Why? Because they want to be in your position. When they themselves could be in that same position.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You could be out there. Stop complaining about the next person and go out there and do it.
So I all the time, and like I say to everybody, I say let's start uplifting each other. Let's do better as people, right? So my thing for that is, what out there that you can tell people that you want them to do different? Being an old school rapper, talk to the young people and let them know what can we do to build bridges, make things better, start being as one as a people, so we can do better.
Listen. It's about listening. Respect the icons that made this happen. Do the research. Learn how this started. Do the research. Learn how this started.
Right.
And stop putting them down because they're old. You understand? They're not old. We're the ones that started.
First of all, 43, 40, in the 40s, 50s, like, we know 25. Y'all look older than us. Let's be real. Like, cut the check. Cut the check. But before we get out of here, I do want you to tell us about your music and how we can find your music and the things that we could be looking for. Because, like, listen, I'm enjoying this conversation. I wish I had a whole hour with you because I talk about this all the time. I want us to get back to the real music.
Yes.
And I want our children to respect the game and where we're coming from in our struggle. And not only that, any man out there that is going to be with a woman that is supposed to hold you down, or man for the women that is supposed to hold you down, they're supposed to love what you do and respect what you do. So, I mean, like I said, do us a favor and tell us where they can find you at, what we could be looking forward to, because I'm interested.
So MC.LALLY, you already know, you can find me on Facebook, all internet platforms. TikTok too, I got a lot of comedy things on TikTok, you like it, all right? But TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you can hit me up, Google my name, MC.LALLY, L-A-L-L-Y-L-A-L, and you'll get everything, you get all the links. And my music, I got the first album, Real Spanish Fly, my first EP, Misunderstood, and now I'm starting to work on some new projects. And
let me ask you another question. Are you like, I know what he is, but I'm gonna let him tell me. You're not Dominican. Nope. Puerto Rican!
okay.
My people, where you from?
Boricua and Italian.
Oh, high five, I'm Boricua and Italian too. Okay, my dad is Italian, my mom is Puerto Rican, so let's give it up. So let me ask you another question. What part of Puerto Rico are you from?
Well, my family is all over here.
Okay.
We got Carolina, Luquillo, we got Ponce, we got Ay Bonito.
My family's from Mayagüez. Yes. So let's give it up for Puerto Rico in the building tonight. I love that you came to sit with us. I would love to have you come back because the way you're inspiring other artists to go ahead and be authentic is what I talk about all the time on Sit with Steph. Thank you guys so much. Make sure y'all check him out and make sure y'all go buy his music on all major outlets. Let's go. Let's start supporting each other. Let's start building bridges. Let's go.
MC.LALLY, nigga. What the fuck are you talking when it comes to New York? Seems you got some major issues, open up, nigga, talk. Kenny Ken get the llama, now watch him like a hawk. If he talks some crazy bull, pop his head like a cork. From the Bronx to Brooklyn, shouting a strong hour. Harlem and YO, all my niggas is violent. Far Rockaway Queens, even puts their time in. If it wasn't wasn't for some fans, nigga, you wouldn't be rhyming. If it was up to me, you wouldn't be shining. Ask the dudes that I roll with, they say that nigga ain't lying. The Bronx is where I'm from, but our lamp is Staten Island. Big up to Big L for the days he put his grinding. Digging in the crates, Lord Finesse, AG and Diamond. And D, scratching records with his hands behind him. Can't forget those days in Hutch's house rhyming. BDP was crazy in the 80s, criminal minded. Now respect to KRS, Scholar Rock, you know the rest. Crack Coca, represented for TS. Pun made it fun, he was a real nigga, God bless. I'm so New York, nigga, like fabulous. Navy blue, New York fitted, so fabulous. Nike white on white Air Force Ones can't damage this. Hot 97 is the station that I listen to. DJ Enough, Angie Moore, even Flex too. I watch the Knicks, the Giants, and the Nets too. With the plate of rice and beans and beignet on the menu. Weezy got an issue with New York. Yeah, Weezy feeling iffy with New York. Don't like the swag of New York. Well, that's too bad, nigga. We ride and die for New York. Well, that's too bad, nigga. We ride and die for New York. Next time you come to New York, come visit your deal. You can't fuck with New York. I just feel. What the fuck happened when you came to NY? You couldn't impress anybody. Maybe that's why we're made straight from the gridiron and we multiply like the gremlins when they're wet and fed after 12 at night. Must feel pretty scared when the freaks come out at night. Ambitious heavy spitters feel the chill going up your spine. Yo, K-Boogie, man, I think this nigga farted. His rapping style stinks. I put his music in the garbage. I hear there's ascension in the air with Young Money. Royalties ain't being paid and niggas acting funny. That's how an empire comes tumbling down. Niggas start scheming on your ass and how they can bring you down. You lost sight of the first rule in the game. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, stay true to this game. You grind with your niggas to the end, stick with them. If everyone's in agreement, the proof is in the pen. Once it's written down on paper, better divvy up the money. Or else you'll hear the knock on the door by Tony Man Sonny. Light your ass up, make some hoes leave you running. Leave you blushing with your ass exposed, facing Young Money. Weezy got an issue with New York. Weezy feeling iffy with New York. Don't like the swag of New York. Well, that's too bad, nigga. We ride and die for New York. Well, that's too bad, nigga. We ride and die for New York. Weezy got an issue with New York. Weezy feeling iffy with New York. Don't like the swag of New York. Well, that's too bad, nigga. We ride and die for New York. Well, that's too bad, nigga. We ride and die for New York.